In today's video, we will build a very simple task list, perfect for beginners or for all levels of Excel and for all versions of Excel as well. So I have done some tutorials on more complex task lists where I was going a bit fast at times. So today I wanted to build something very simple for all levels. If you want to build task lists that are more elaborate, you can check my YouTube channel where I do some step-by-step on those. Or if you want to get the templates directly, you can also check my shop. I have pre-filled some cells here. Category, task name, when it's to be done, priority, due by, status, and note. Note or something of note that needs to be said about that task. So here I'm just going to select a nice range of cells and I'm just going to apply a border. That'll be the first step, all borders. So I didn't want to type all this in front of you, so I just pre-filled it. I'm just going to show you with an example how we can build that table. So category could be, for instance, a work task, or it could be work task, home task, or something along those lines, or it could be holidays. So I'm not doing any validation on this. I'm just going to put some random category, so that's something that you can put. So work task, for instance, is call DRS, whatever DRS is, and what needs to be done is ensure DRS will attend. So that's just to give you an example. So until now we have a free entry. You can input absolutely whatever you like here. Now for the priority, it's going to be a different matter. So I said I will simplify as much as possible. So I'm just going to hardcode the priority list, the amount of items that you can put in this. So how do we do this? So we go under data and we go under data validation. For some reason I can never find it. Data validation, data validation, and here under allow, you have selecting list. And here, as a source, what I like to do usually is I refer to other cells, so the users can change it if they like. But for this one, we said we'll keep it simple. So I'm just going to put the values that I'm allowing here, and I'm going to separate them with comma. So I have low, medium, high. You can put as many as you like. Actually, you could put very high if you wanted as well. Okay, so now I have this little symbol here on the bottom right, and I can select from the list. Now what I'll be doing is I'll be deleting, I'll be clearing it, and I will be dragging this all the way down. Because if I don't clear it, I will be bringing the value with it. So now I can go back here. Now if you don't know how to drag, you just wait for the cross, bottom right, wait for the cross, and you drag. Otherwise you can just copy, Control-C, and you paste it. Okay, you paste it. Due by, so that's going to be a date. What am I going to put here? So 1st of November 2024. Let's see the format it gives me. So it gives me this, and if you are from the States or one of those countries that are month and day, you might be a bit lost. So I'm just going to right click on it. I'm going to put the format cells, and I'm going to make sure that everyone can understand this. So how can we do this? So first of all, we go under custom here, and for the type, we want to be very explicit. We want to make sure that we put, let's not get carried away. Oh yes, I could actually, if you put 3D, that's going to give you the Friday. If you put 2, that's going to give you the number of days. So I'm just going to put 1, Friday 1, and then you can put the month. So 1 just gives you the number, 3 gives you Nov, and 4 gives you the full months. So I'm just going to leave it this way. And then once you have done it on 1, you go under Home, you go under the Format Painter, and then you paint it for all that column. So now every time I enter the date here, that will give it under this format. I could have added the year really. If you want to be thorough, you can add the year. But I'm going to leave it this way for the time being. So we're making good progress. We have the low priority, we have a due date, and a status. So the status, I'm just going to do as I've done before. I'm just going to go under data. I'm going to go under data validation here, and I'm going to allow a list. And here I'm going to do the same thing. So the status, I'm just going to put not started. I'm going to put in progress. And I'm going to put completed. Completed, completed. I'm going to do the same trick. I'm just going to copy that all the way down to make sure that all the tasks have this as a, I can check, yes, it works. And here I'm just going to select one. I'm going to put not started. And here you might want to add, you have a note, some additional things like, make sure this is done on time or whatever. So this is just for you if you want to add some more information here. Now this looks okay, it looks a bit bland for the time being, so maybe I can start doing a little bit of formatting. So for this one, I'm going to go under page layout, if I can say it properly, colors, and I'm going to select some bluish. Bluish usually work okay. So, and then I'll select the top. I'm going to home, an invited guest, and then I'm going on the home. I'm going to fill, and I'm just going to take the blue, so which is the fifth one from the right. See, they're all blue, but they have different. So this one is called turquoise, but I'm going to take the blue one here, and I'm going to select the third from the top here, which is a lighter, accent to 40%. 40%. I'm going to select it here. And as it all seems a bit dark, I'm just going to put some white font here. And for all the rest, I'm just going to go back here. I'm going to select everything, and I'm just going to go back to my same blue. I'm not going to be very innovative, but I'm just going to take the lighter one this time, blue, lighter one, and it's good. Now this is it. Now we have built our table. So for the moment, there's no, apart from the basic formatting, there's nothing too fancy here. Okay, now I'm just going to do some conditional formatting to bring a bit of colors in this, to highlight what is high priority and what is medium priority. So in order to do this, you click on the cell here under priority, any cell will do because we'll be expanding the range. We create a new rule and we're going to keep it simple, and we're just going to select format only cells that contain. And I'm going to leave the low with this color here. I'm just going to paint, quote unquote, the medium and high. So cell value equal to medium, and I'm just going to give it a color here. So what I want is, this will be too harsh, so I'm going to click on this, and then I will go under more colors, and here I'm just going to bring that up, the little slider under the custom, I'm going to bring that all the way up to have a very pale yellowish, which I think blends better with this. Okay, so that's done. So low, if I have medium here, that's a different paler. Okay. Now, what I said I'll do is I said I would expand that to the full column. So let's, if we click on the applies to, click on here, I select all the column, and now it should work for the whole column. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do a different coloring for the high, for the priority high. So I'm just going to duplicate that rule. I'm going to edit the rule, obviously, and then here I'm just going to put high. And for the format, I'm going to do the same thing. I found the red a little bit too harsh. So I'm just going to, you could either select one under the standard here, but I'm just going to go back to the custom here, and I'm just going to choose a pale red here. There's no point scaring anyone. Let's see. Okay, so here I'm just going to put high. Yeah, it's maybe a bit too pink, but that will do. And here, if I just have a low, so it should stay the same. Okay, should stay the same. All right. Now, there's something else I would like to do, actually. I want to put that in red if it's due today. Oh, now, in order to do this, I'm just going to go under conditional formatting, and I'm going to put a new rule. But this time, the contents, I'm I don't think this is going to work if I put, I mean, I could try. I don't think, would that work if I put today, which is the today in brackets here, which is the Excel function today, and you put empty brackets after. I've never tried it this way, so if it works, that could be interesting. Otherwise, I'll show you another way that I know it works. Just put it a bit the same red. Okay, so which is the date today, 8th of October. Oh, it works. Oh, that's good. So, and same thing, I do format painter. Okay, so just to go back on it, just in case you missed it, because I was not sure if it would work, you go into manage rules. Cell value is today. Cell value is today equal to today, and you put this pinkish. Okay, now this one also I would like to quote unquote paint it. What I need to do is I need to do the same thing as I've done for this. I want to leave it the default value for not started. I want to put a deeper blue when it's completed, and I want to put amber when it's in progress, so we know where we're at. Okay, so conditional formatting, new rule, and here I put cells that contain, and I'm going to put equal to in progress. And here I'm just going to select same, so we don't look too much all over the place. Should be roughly the same one. And then let's see if it works in progress. So if you are very difficult and you want to have exactly the same color here as you have it here, what you need to do is you need to go back here, conditional formatting, manage rules, edit rule, you go under format, and then you put more colors, and here you need to take note of the hex value here. And then when you do the other formatting, you put exactly the same X value. But we are not at this level of detail. This is a demo just between us. Let's run with it. Now, I need to do the completed. What I want to do, put for the completed, sorry, is I want to put just a deeper blue. I don't want to put red, that wouldn't make sense. So let's go back here, formatting, manage rules, because I'm just going to duplicate this. Cell value in progress, I'm going to change that with cell value completed. And I'm just going to give another color. So we are still sticking to the blue, doing a bit of consistency here. Let's try the same as the heading and see if it's too overwhelming. Actually, that might not work because we're still with a dark font completed. Looks a bit dark, looks like we need a whiteness, but as I don't want to change the font color, I'm just going to put a lighter white here, a lighter blue, sorry. Second one here, and we click here. Let's just test them all. Not started should stay the same, and in progress. Oh no, that's because I haven't. Okay, so I need to take the format painter and I need to pen this to the rest here. So here you go. So we have done the table with the formatting. Obviously the table can be as large as possible, but once you've created your grid and you have applied the formatting to all this column here, I didn't apply it to this, I just stopped here. Once you've done that, if you want to add more tasks, instead of just copying and adding them at the bottom, what you're better off doing is you click on the row here and you put insert, because that will ensure that the conditional formatting applies to all the cells, including the one at the bottom. So let's just demonstrate this. If I can say it properly. Okay. And now you can see that it has extended because we have done an insert. So that's a very important trick. And I suggest that you do this whenever you can. Okay, so that's it. We have finished the table, and now we can do some very basic calculation. Now, in order to do this calculation, I've created a new tab here that I've called calculations. I'm going to reproduce the names of the status, in progress, completed, and not started. what I want to do is I want to count how many of these occurrences there is in this column here. And actually, I'm going to rename this and call it dashboard. Okay, so I'm just going to do a Countif. Countif. And the first thing they ask you is the range. The range, I'm just going to select the range. I'm just going to click on this column here. And this is the range I need to check. And I'm just going to lock the 5 and the 9. I'm just going to lock it completely. I press F4 here to make sure that there's dollar values everywhere. F4 here. So this means that when I bring that down, it's going to be consistent. It's not going to bring the 5. It's going to stay 5. It's not going to become 6. You'll see why. So in the criteria is I want to be equal to this. And how many do I have? I have 1. Okay, so that has counted. So not started, 1. Good work. So if I just put another one as not started, let's check 2. Okay, now if I bring that down, it should do it automatically because I have locked the G5 and the G29, and it checks, it calculates how many there are in this value here on the left-hand side. So it's already done. So here, if I check the dashboard 5 to 29 and which value is equal to C5, you don't need to put an equal when you just do a comparison with the value here. So this is done already. So I have this. Now I would like to put this on top here for clarity. So I'm just going to add some, well, actually I could just do a wider cell. The challenge is, you might want to extend this, shorten this, shorten this. So I don't want to use cells here. I want to use shapes instead, because the shapes will stay as they are and when you change the columns. So in order to do this, I'm just going to go back here. So here I will be creating a text box or a shape. Now the text box is square and I don't really like it. Instead, what I'll be doing is I will be inserting a shape, and I will be inserting a rounded corner rectangle here. See, it's already predefined. If you go under the shape format, you have some predefined here. So you could use the predefined one if you wanted. We said we are with the blue theme. So let's see if that would work. Not sure that would work, but as a starting point. And then when you click on the side, you need to make sure that you are not under. You need to make sure that you click on the side, and then you can go in a formula bar and you just put equal to this value here, D3. And that gives you this. Obviously, you need to do some formatting. You need to bring it bigger. You need to put it in the center here. And then you put a white here. Now, how does that look? So this is very basic, I suppose. So that would. And then once you've done that, actually, I'm just going to do a Control-D to duplicate, Control-D to duplicate. And here this time, I'm just going to put the in progress here. It just doesn't want to. Oh yes, so you need to. I'm just going to show you how I've done that here. So here you just need to put the completed here. So I'm going to put the completed here. Sorry, I just click on this and here put equal to the completed. Now it goes back to the goes back to base. So it doesn't want to take my formatting. So I'm just using the format painter again. I'm just clicking on this. I'm going to format painter and I'm just doing this. So now we just need to remember in which order not started, in progress, and completed. Now you click on one and you press Control key and you just select the three of those. That's one way to do it. If you want to select them all. Another way is you click on one and you press Control A and it selects all the shapes. Now I'm going to do a Control X. I'm going to cut them and I want to put them here on top somewhere. Okay. So here, 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 and Now we just need to decide on the color. So we could just keep the same color as we had. Like here, I just could put this one for not started. The in progress, I had a bit of the paler one. And completed, I had the blue a bit. So this way, we are a little bit consistent here. Now it kept the blue border with this, so we're getting a little bit specific here, but I just want to, well, that's to be debated. So, but maybe to stand out, what you can do is you're going to shape format, shape FX, and then you put some shadow here. Now, all this is just obviously getting very personal design components. I'm just going to put some shadow on all just to be consistent. Shadow, shape effect, shadow. Okay, so now we have our very basic. I pretend that I didn't see that the numbers didn't follow for some reason. So yeah, so it looks like he's referring to the wrong D3 here. Yeah, he didn't follow them. So okay, so I'm just going to have to go back here. We are live, guys, and he's going to do this again here. I'm just going to. I don't know why he didn't bring it up. Was it because of the dollars? I do not know. And here I'm just going to go back here, calculation. I'm going to take this one here. Now we're going to put. Now maybe the keep the black font. So what did we have? 32 bold, 32. Okay, so if we do again like before, we do a Control A, and then we can do shape format, and we can align things. If you don't know how this works, you can put an align middle here to make sure they are all aligned. So this one looks a bit bold. I don't think that needs to be bold. The text fill, I don't think that needs to be bold. Okay. Now it'll be good that people knew what those numbers meant, but I think that this should tell them. But if you really want to be explicit, what you can do is this time you can put a text box. You put a text box here, and then you put not started. And then you put it either under. So what you need to do, though, is you need to do two things. You need to put the shape fill as no fill, so it's transparent this way, it's a see-through, and you need to put the shape outline at no outline. Shape outline as no outline. Okay, so you do a Control B, put that on bold. And then you need to put that somewhere on top. Yeah, on top might be better. You do the Control D, and here you put in progress. Oh, in progress. So this is a bit too big. Just going to bring it back. And completed. Okay. Now, this is it. This is a simplified version. Now, if you want to align, obviously, all the rest is up to you. I just want to add a couple of things, though. If you put that here. Actually, let me select everything and put it on your other side. Because here I just want to put a name of the things, just in case you don't realize it's a task name. So here and here you just can put outstanding tasks. You just remove all references, and instead you put your text here. Just going to put tasks week of the 1st of October, or you put your text here. You see what I mean? So here, put that here. You put it in big, bold. Whether or not you even need the fill, put the no fill. I still have the I don't really need any. Oh, that's because the shape effect has shadow here. And then it's up to you if you want to remove the outline here. And then maybe you can put that here. What I like to do is to give a bit of a different type of font here. What I like is a bench script. I think the bench script is usually better. This one doesn't really work though. It's a matter of taste, so yeah, I like this one better. Okay, task week 1st of October. So that's something that you could easily change. You might even want to keep a bit of a backfill here. Now there was one last thing I wanted to do, is I wanted to calculate how many tasks were due today. So this is gonna go back to the calculation part. And here I'm just going to do, what do I need to do? I need to do a Countif on how many tasks in his, how many tasks have the today's date in his column here. So let's see if we can do that with a Countif. Now Countif, the range will be this. And we put the value to check is today. And then I put that here. So we have one due today. Let's do a massive test. Let's check if I have another one 8th of the 10th, and if I have one the 9th of the 10th, how many is gonna find me? 2, so that works. So I want to duplicate one of those. Duplicate one of those. I can align all those. And I want to put the red, scare people off a bit. Now, as you can see, the outline is still blue, so I need to remove the outline. I need to put something. I think this might be too. All right. All that for this. Huh. Okay. Now, it could be even deeper than this, but we said we'll keep it simple. So how is that for a simple task list? Now, due today. Due today. Okay, so there is a bit of a gap here, so you could put them wider apart, I suppose. So I'm just going to do some final formatting, usually a long process. If I select all this, all those, and I'm just going to do the align as well, align middle. This can be a line. Okay, so you could put them here and just have them spread evenly. So, for instance, if I put that here and here, if I put that here, and I select, if I select everything, it's going to take me this one. Okay, let's just select everything, and I try and remove this one. What I'm going to do is I'm going in the shape format, and here I want to see if we can spread them evenly. Distribute horizontally. Fail. Oh, that was not nice. Maybe I just need to select those. Align, distribute. That's better. That's what I wanted. And this then, let's not push our luck. Okay. Now, yeah, so I could play with this all day, but I'm going to leave it as is, and I hope you found this tutorial useful. Try and keeping it very simple for you today.